Well, welcome to the PassKit webinar. It really is a pleasure to speak with you from across the world. I mean, the people that we've had sign up for this webinar from different places of the world, particularly at such an unprecedented time. It's a pleasure to be able to connect with you all. And I do, first and foremost, hope you are all well. Just to kick off the meeting, the all-new PassKit platform today is going to be presented by yours truly. I'm the co-founder and CEO of PassKit, and I'm delighted to be joined by Patrick Kosterman, a fellow employee, a founding employee of PassKit, and our Chief Product Officer, the guy that's really put all the passion into this latest platform. Now, before we get started, I have to do the boring stuff, which is house rules. We're using Google Meet as a way to connect and collaborate. During the presentation, if I could ask you to mute your microphone. If you're not familiar with Google Meet, it's just down the bottom. It may not appear straight away, but if you scroll down your mouse to the bottom of the screen, you'll see the microphone come up. If you can make sure that's showing red, then you're muted. It just means that we don't get any reverb or anything unusual. And then during presentation, would you be so kind to ask questions using the chat functionality, just so we don't have everyone talking at the same time? Please feel free to ask questions, and we'll do our best to respond to those live. While I'm talking, Patrick will keep an eye on those questions. When Patrick's talking, I will keep an eye on those questions, and where appropriate, we'll respond. And if we don't get a chance to respond to your questions, please don't feel offended. We are recording this, and we will record the questions, and then we will respond to those questions after this and post that back to you at the end of the session when we've connected or when we've videoed this all together. Cool. Right, well, let's check in the objectives of today's session. What we're going to start with is a reminder, given that all of you have been great partners and supporters of PassKit over many years in many cases, a quick reminder of what is a mobile wallet and what are passes. And then, again, a fairly quick introduction and reminder for the key benefits of PassKit passes. And then the bit I'm sure you're all waiting for, and I'm delighted that Patrick's going to be taking us through this, how to get started with the new PassKit platform. So why do we exist? Why is PassKit here? Well, we're here to allow you to extend your mobile reach by integrating Apple Wallet and Google Pay passes into your customer's experience. And a reminder that passes are any content other than bank-issued cards that a customer stores and uses in Apple Wallet and Google Pay. So when you hear the term passes, that refers to any type of content. And we're going to be showing you how the new PassKit platform enables you to create and distribute and manage those passes. Now, PassKit comprises of three key components, which allows brands, businesses, agencies to easily and quickly and most efficiently connect their customers into Apple Wallet and Google Pay. We provide the kit in basically three key things: a graphical user interface, web applications, developer tools, APIs and SDKs, and indeed integrations into other systems and software that you may be using to manage your customers, to manage your coupon campaigns or membership records. Now, the challenge I set the team back in 2019 was to further improve, further enhance our toolkit, our platform, to allow you and any business of any size to be up and running in 10 to 15 minutes. That's a pretty aggressive challenge that I set the team, but I'm delighted with everything that they've come together. And I know Patrick's going to be, given that we've just got an hour together, he's going to show you how you can be up and running within 10 to 15 minutes. And before we jump into the platform, let's just remind ourselves of what are the benefits of PassKit passes. Now, first and foremost, unlike a plastic membership card or a paper coupon or a paper ticket or even an email or a static SMS, we have a multi-channel distribution capability with passes. Clients from across the world use social media, email, deployment and distribution on their website, using SMS, or even using visual management in-store or near-store, or targeted ads on Facebook and Google. I'm actually going to show you a really cool example from one of our clients in the F&B space of how they've distributed passes in a short while. And one thing that you can guarantee with PassKit is we've built into our system that irrespective of the device that your customer's using, whether that's an iPhone or an Android device, we will present the correct formatted pass. And there are different requirements that Google Pay need and Apple Wallet need. We will ensure that we present the right pass to the right person on the right device. Now, you probably are aware of this, but a good reminder is not only passes are can take over from being a plastic membership card or a paper coupon or an email, they also allow you to promote other links to other digital assets that you or your clients and your partners may well want to advertise. That could be things like, clicking through to an online store, particularly relevant in today's environment where maybe there's more places that are locked down and you want to allow people to visit your store online while they're in lockdown mode. Or being able to send them to your social media sites, or giving them links to customer support telephone numbers, emails, or when the world wakes up again, your addresses, your physical addresses, where people can click on that and link to Google Maps or Apple Maps. So really important to not only use the pass to look great, but also a way as a super bookmark into other parts of your digital ecosystem. Now, certainly unlike a plastic membership card, a piece of paper coupon, or even an SMS and an email, once a PassKit pass is installed in Apple Wallet and Google Pay, if you have embedded locations within to those passes, which you do using the PassKit toolkit, whether via the web GUI or using our API, when someone is in proximity to that location, the wallet will subtly remind that person that they have a pass that's relevant for that location. So a very powerful way, without them having to install an app, to tap into apps that already exist in their phone and remind them to come in and visit your store. And because they're digital, and because you can update these passes using PassKit Platform, when someone has more points, when they've made a purchase and they've got more points, unlike a plastic card or unlike many membership systems where you need to log in to find out what your points are, or you need to download an app from the iTunes Store or Google Play Store, this pass can be updated at any time. If it's redemption of a coupon, if it's points that are being updated, if a gate has changed on the boarding pass, if the ticket time is now changed, or your seat, or you've been promoted on a different event ticket, all of those things are possible using the PassKit platform. And similarly, because that pass can be updated, you can start to retarget, engage your customers. Things like reminding them that their coupon is about to expire, or that you've upgraded them to a new tier, or indeed that there may be specials that are on offer because they're part of your program. So while you may be using email, SMS, and other channels to keep engaged with your members or people that have coupons in their phone, you can use this as an additional channel, as a new, fresh way of subtly engaging your customers. And as well as all of that personalization, with PassKit and within Apple Wallet and Google Pay, passes will be displayed in the language that they've chosen to use within their phone. Assuming indeed that you've passed that language file to PassKit, we will automatically present the pass in the format that's required on the phone. So if someone is using their phone in Spanish and we have the Spanish file, we will present that pass in Spanish, and you can see in another example in Chinese. And the last benefit is that there are a number of redemption and integration solutions that you get with PassKit. This ranges all the way from just visual redemption, which won't give you much data, all the way through to customer-initiated redemption, which I'm going to show you as an example, which has no integration with POS and yet still provides real-time data for the use of those coupons, all the way through to using our APIs and SDKs to integrate at point of sale or into other systems that you may be using, such as CRM or member management systems. So hopefully that gives a bit of a reminder for the benefits and the features of PassKit passes. And I know we're cracking for time. I want to show you how Burger King, a very well-known F&B brand, are currently using passes and using our latest platform to engage with their customers via social media, using Instagram stories, which then allow a customer to save coupons into their wallet for use at a later time. Now, this was actually the Instagram story was done before the very, very unprecedented situation with COVID. But what has happened is it now allows that story, where there was some creative investment there, to put that story out there before COVID happened. Now people have those coupons stored in their wallet. So as the world starts to unlock, they're able to use those coupons at a later date. So they don't have to, because as you know, Instagram stories last 24 hours. They've now got that coupon in their wallet. So let me quickly show you. Hopefully this video works. You'll see this is how Burger King distributed coupons. So on their story, you swipe up, and using the PassKit URL for a coupon, it's instantly delivering me a coupon. I'm going to swipe through the story. So I quite fancy that burger. And now I quite fancy large fries. I'll have that coupon as well. So just by swiping up, and where Patrick will show you where you get that coupon URL from, I'm able to instantly distribute a coupon using Instagram. Now, of course, this is just one example. You could use Facebook, you could send emails, you can use SMS messages, you could do this on your website, pre-authentication or post-authentication. You could use any other visual media to quickly and instantly allow your customers to save a coupon to their wallet to use either then or to use sometime in the future, in which case within Burger King's model, they're using in the future. Now, the great thing with this is they also have the ability to track how many people responded to the advert and how many people put which coupon into their wallet, so they can find out what is the most successful return on investment for their Instagram offers. And importantly, I'm going to show you another video which now shows how they also track who uses the offer. So this is one offer that I've saved into my wallet. It's the $3 double Whopper. I'm quite keen on double Whoppers myself. Now I'm in store. Burger King is now no longer sort of closed down. I'm open and I'm going into the store to redeem my offer. You can see a very simple message here: ready to enjoy, tap the link on the back of this coupon. Now in this situation, Burger King elected not to do a full point of sale integration, for a couple of reasons. One, there is some time associated with integration to point of sale. Two, they do have a fairly distributed and decentralized network of point of sale systems, so they didn't have full control of that. But they still wanted to get the ability to track who redeems, what coupons, when, and in what location. So in this case, I'm ready to enjoy. I tap the link on the back of the coupon. So I'm going to run the video. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to tap the three dots, and that takes me to the back of the pass in Apple, or it would take me to the bottom of the pass in Google. I tap the link, redeem here, and this is a PassKit, what we call customer initiated redemption. It checks I'm in the restaurant. It then presents me the coupon code, which in this case the servers enter into the point of sale. So there is a reconciliation between the offers that were actually redeemed and the information that's presented by PassKit, and a cool update to the pass to show that that pass has been redeemed. And inside the PassKit platform, Burger King can now see when the pass was redeemed and indeed who has redeemed that pass. Just wanted to give you a very quick introduction of one of the cool applications that one of our clients is using the coupon platform. Now, I'm sure you're more excited to see, well, how do you do this for yourself? How do you really do this for yourself within 10 to 15 minutes? So that's where I am going to switch over to Patrick, and I will be keeping an eye on any questions that come off. So I'm going to switch off sharing my screen and switch over to Patrick now.
Hey guys, Patrick here. Very excited to be presenting this to you guys. The team has worked incredibly hard to getting the new platform to where it is. We're very keen wanted to share with you guys and show you how easy it has become to set up your mobile wallet campaigns. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Paul, if you can just tell me if you can see it.
I can see it.
Great. Okay.
If anyone can't see it, just send me a chat message.
Cool. So what I've done for the sake of this demo, I've just created a very simple free account called PK Webinar. I'm just going to log in with that. This is a new account, so nothing is set up in here yet. As you can see when I come in, it's a very new, very clean interface that we have here. This is essentially your dashboard. So you come in here, you can see all of the projects that you have going on. And we have some extra special links here that make it super easy for you to get access to our developer guides or to reach out to a knowledge base, or you can even contact us through this little chat icon here if you need any support help. What I'm going to be doing for the sake of this demo is we're just going to go through the application, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating the coupon that Paul demonstrated. So as Paul mentioned before, there's kind of four things to the PassKit platform and framework. There is the create part, so essentially the setting up, the designing of your cards, the sexy piece essentially, so making your cards look really good, setting up your integrations, setting up your landing pages, your enrollment forms. That then nicely jumps into the next part, which is distribution. So how do you get these nice cards that you designed into your customer's wallet, and how do you get them to install it? Then there's the analyzing piece. So how do you know that your campaign is performing well? How do you know how many people installed it? Are people responding well to your retargeting? Are people redeeming their coupons? And on the back of that, then you can do the management piece. You can make tweaks to your campaign, change your copy, maybe extend some expiry dates, basically manage the digital cards that you have out there in the ecosystem. So let's jump right in. We're going to create the Burger King coupon that Paul just demonstrated. So, new project. For the ones who are familiar with the older PassKit products, you already see a big change here. What we have done over the course of the last couple of years, we've implemented so many projects. We work with so many partners and clients. We've taken all these years of experience and put these into this new product. So what we've done here is made very simple onboarding wizards for you to just get started with the loyalty program, maybe a coupon program, or membership cards. At the moment, these are the three kind of business cases that we support in here because these are the most common ones. On the back of this, we also support boarding passes and flights. We just don't have that available yet in the GUI. And we're currently working on also adding in ticket functionality. So then you kind of cover the whole mobile wallet spectrum. But what we're going to be doing here is we're just going to be creating a coupon. So through the use of this wizard, it's very simple for you to just click through it. And the ultimate outcome, as Paul said before, we want you to get a card into your wallet within 10 minutes. I'm going to see if I can actually beat the 10 minutes because it's much quicker than that. If you're in a hurry, you could just click through the wizard. We've put some defaults in for you, so it's super simple to just get something going. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating a new coupon. Again, a bit of info. It's just a wizard, super simple, no tech knowledge needed. Just click, 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 fill out your fields, and off you go. So we're going to start with naming my campaign. So let's call this my Burger King campaign. Organizer, Burger King in this case. My time zone, I'm in the UK, so we're just going to use that. Time zones come into effect, especially when you have dates in your card. So let's say you have expiry dates, the time zone's going to dictate in what time zone it expires at what specific time. So it is important if you do anything with expiry dates. If you're in the US, then as you know, the US covers, I believe, 4 or 5 time zones. We typically recommend to use New York, so it kind of spans the whole, or sorry, East Coast time, so it spans the whole of the US. So I'm just going to jump through this. My first offer, I think we're doing French fries, right, Paul? The short title, fries. Again, this is all data that will ultimately take, and we will turn this for you into a super good looking coupon based on best practices. So you do not have to worry about where the fields go. These wizards are super simple. Just key your data in. We do have an advanced designer in the application as well. So there is a way after you've created this and you want to kind of fine tune your campaign, you want to move fields around, you want to change the labels that we give it, you can do so. But we want to make it super easy for you and put our experience and best practice in here. So just clicking through this, providing your data ultimately will result in this wizard creating the perfect coupon for you. Since we're working with coupons here, we're working with expiry settings. Coupons in the PassKit platform can be valid for up to 90 days. The reason we've done this, and we'll dive into this a bit later, is just purely from the model that comes with coupons. Typically, they're very short-lived, they're single use. So we wanted to reflect that in the lifespan and then ultimately in the pricing. So what we can do here, we offer you the flexibility to kind of set your start dates, your redemption days. So for example, you can issue coupons in a certain period and only allow redemption during other periods. So again, this kind of ties into what Paul was saying before. We have some out-of-the-box redemption solutions that we have enabled in this platform for you. So it makes it a lot easier for you to kind of get going on this without really having to program or code or do point-of-sale integrations. So for coupons, we allow them to either expire on the redemption date, on the offer end date, on a fixed period after enrollment. What that means is you can, for example, say automatically expire these cards, let's say 14 days after enrollment. That means if I enroll today, my card will expire in 2 weeks. If Paul enrolls next week, his card will expire 2 weeks from the date when he enrolls. So super simple. Or you could expire them on the date on issue. So if you're doing an API integration, you want to provide a date on issue that's different for each pass, maybe because you have some data in your system that you want to be putting on these cards, then we can facilitate that as well. Data collection upon enrollment. What we've also built in here is the ability to create super sexy, simple landing pages for your customers. If you don't have access to a web developer, you can use our platform to create very simple enrollment pages that look super clean and basically can be used to collect data. So the link that Paul was showing before that Burger King is sharing on their Instagram, those links, if you do want to collect data, if being visited, will present the user with a form where they can provide, like, let's say their name or their birthday, and that data will then show up on the PassKit platform. So there isn't a method for you to collect additional data on your coupons or on your members if you're using a member loyalty module. Since we're doing a coupon here, I'm not going to collect any data, so I'm just going to leave this blank. One other thing to mention, if you don't want to use our out-of-the-box landing pages, let's say you have forms on your own website that you want to use, or you're doing an API integration, you can still enable fields here because ultimately this will kind of dictate how we validate the data that comes into our system. So in this case, we're not going to collect anything. Next, the cool part, what fields do we want to show in our coupon? I want to show my offer title, sorry, short title, my coupon expiry date, and my details, so the fine print. The sexy bit, uploading logo. I've put together a couple of images on the side here. So you can just drag and drop it, super simple. And just wait, there we go. Alternatively, I can just click on it, and we'll present you with a drop down, an update box so you can search the system and pick files. So I'm just going to this one here too. Then the Apple strip image, for the ones familiar with Apple Wallet and Google Pay, this is the image that shows on the front of the card. So we're going to put this one here. And then last but not least, the Google image is a slightly different resolution. So we want to give you the flexibility where we don't automatically resize it for you, because some clients can be quite particular about how the pixels look with each image. So we give you the option to upload both separately. Put the Google image here. Then the colors, to make it even easier for you, if you don't have access to a graphic designer or you're just not that good with colors, we built some logic in here that automatically can detect the best background color and font colors that will be used on your card. In this case here, we automatically can select it based on the logo image or on the hero image. So our algorithm then kind of picks the colors that fit best with your campaign. So again, it makes it super easy for you to just click, click, click and get up and going. In this case, I do want to pick my colors. So I'm going to go with the white background, and then I'm going to go with the black label and text color. And then we're almost done, guys. Barcodes. You can put barcodes on the cards. Do check first what type of scanner you're using to redeem the card. So barcodes are very useful if you want to do an online to offline transaction. So let's say if you want to embed an SKU in your barcode, or in case of a membership program, you want to embed your membership ID in the barcode, you do want to put a barcode on the card so that at a point of sale or at a checkout, you can scan or identify what's going on there. In this case, because we're just doing a simple demo that had self-redemption before, I'm just going to say none. And that's it, we're done. So now the coupon is creating. I'm quickly going to switch to my mobile screen here so you guys can see the sample card. Don't all try to install this. For Apple Card, this is just a preview card for Apple. We can have a shared card, but if some of you install it in Google Pay, we can only install the card in one Google Pay device by default, at least for this particular campaign. So I'm just going to pull up my phone here quickly. There we go. Cool. So Let's scan this coupon. There we go. We get to our automated landing pages. These landing pages have detected that I am on an Apple device, so I'm instantly getting my card presented. We can see the expiry date is there 2 weeks from now. We can see the offer is fries. We got my image. I'm just going to add this to the wallet. And then I'm going to go back into the application. So that was simple, right? So now what? We have the card. These are my project overviews. As I said before, there's the create, the distribute, analyze, and manage pieces. We've just kind of gone through the create part. Let's quickly take a look at the dashboard. I do want to be a bit wary of time, and there's a lot of functionality in here, so I'm going to go a bit quicker. If you guys have any questions, just post them in the chat, and then we can answer them later. What we've done here, and kind of something new that we wanted to do with the new platform to make it even easier for you guys to get going. As you can see, we got a bit of a test notification here. Development on the new app.passkit.com platform is completely free. So you can play around with as many projects and passes as you want in development mode, and it won't cost you anything. The downside is these cards expire in 2 days, and they will have PassKit legal disclaimers on them. They cannot be used for commercial use. For the ones of you who know, if you do want to do a wallet campaign commercially for Apple Wallet, you are required to have your own certificate by Apple's terms and conditions. So we do have a couple of steps in place to prevent you from using these for commercial use. But for just testing and development, this is your playground. You can do whatever you want. So super easy to get going. So we can see kind of here what we need to do to make this live. We need to upload our own certificate, and we need to upgrade to PassKit Premium in order to start launching this. Now, then here we can see performance in general, so how many people have enrolled, how many people have installed the card, how many have uninstalled it, and how many have deleted it. For installations, we count the first install in Apple Wallet, the first install in Google Pay, and the first install in Wallet Passes, which is a third-party Android application that's available in countries where Google Pay is not supported. Same goes for uninstalls. We only count the first uninstall for each of these wallets. And then deleted is when you ultimately delete the record from our system. Then we have another breakdown here, just a little pie chart here. So what is your kind of allocation between Apple and Google? And then the source one is an interesting one. So another thing we've done based on feedback that we've been getting from you guys is we've added UTM tracking parameters to our distribution link. So the link that Paul was shown before from the Instagram campaign for Burger King, they were tracking performance on those with UTM source parameters. So what that means, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Google UTM tracking parameters, but ultimately what it allows you to do is it allows you to append certain parameters to a URL string so you can track performance. So you can have a different URL for your Facebook campaign, different URL for your Instagram, a different URL for your Twitter, and ultimately here you can see which one of those URLs drove most of the traffic to your campaign. So we've added that in. So again, something cool that we didn't have before. Let's jump into designs. So
Patrick, we just have a question actually that's come in from Lucia. Do you provide the Apple Developer Certificate, or should I provide that for myself? I can respond to that if you want, or you can take that. So within the test environment that Patrick's showing currently, you can use our Developer Certificate just to allow you to get familiar with passes, to build your application, to make sure that it's functioning as you want. But it is an Apple requirement that you procure and secure your own Apple Pass Type ID prior to going commercial. So that is one additional step that is required. It's a fee that you pay directly to Apple. It's effectively joining the Apple Developer Program. We do have instructions for how to secure that certificate. But you do need to have your own Apple Developer Certificate before you can go live.
Cool. Okay, I'll jump back into this here. So the design page here, what we did before for the wizard was just very quick to get started, but I can imagine that some of you guys have a bit more detailed brand requirements, or you want to add some custom fields onto the cards, or maybe kind of change the field positions. So we have embedded a full advanced design journey that allows you to do everything that you can do with Apple Wallet and Google Pay. One thing to note here, since we're looking at a coupon offer here, we do enable you to do an unredeemed design and a redeemed design. What that means is if you use a redemption solution or you use our API to redeem the cards, you can do two different designs in the before redeem state and the after redeem state. So for example, the before redeem state could be the fries, And after the pass is redeemed, you want to change the fries image to a thank you message. So again, it's all built in here to make it super easy for you guys to use. Also, you can have multiple offers in here, so we do support multiple offers within the campaign. So let's go to edit on redeem design. Now we get the full designer. This is the sexiest bit that we have in the application. So we got Google design right next to Apple design. For the people who are familiar with all the products, we never had the Google what you see is what you get editor, but we did add that in here. Basically, this allows you to do anything that you can do with the cards. If it isn't possible in this designer, then it isn't possible within the constraints of the Apple Wallet and Google Pay UI frameworks. So for Apple, I'm sure you guys are familiar. You get the back fields. You can put your links here, as Paul was saying before, to existing content. You can promote your app. The front is your primary, let's say, to add other fields. So let's say if I'm not happy with the expire field. Sorry, I can change the, no, I accidentally deleted it. Let's add it back. I can change the labels, for example. So it's also easy to use. We also allow you to set the lock screen messages, as Paul was talking before about retargeting cards. Let's say you want to extend the expiry date to the GUI interface because you didn't get the redemption rates that you were hoping for, so you want to extend it with another week. You can kind of notify people on it here by saying your expiry is now. Percentage add is what Apple at runtime replaces with the new expiry date. Then you can go into the coupon overview that I'll show you in a little bit. You can just update cards, and whenever people get the push with the new date, if they're on Apple and they have their notifications turned on, they will see this on the lock screen. So super easy to use. Same for Google. Click through it at your fields. Really, really easy. We don't have enough time for me to click through every little thing here, but yeah, it's a design tool. It's really cool and easy to use. Next, distribution. So the design tool is cool, but design is nothing if you don't get people to install your card. So we need to make it super easy for you guys to get as many people signed up as you want to. So as I said before, what we have here is we've built in logic for enrollment forms. So through here, for this particular campaign, I didn't collect any data, so my form is blank. If somebody would visit my campaign URL, they get redirected to a new card right away. But you could use this to kind of build a format and collect data if you want to. So again, really, really cool and easy. Then the QR code and link. This is what Burger King had it on their Instagram story. So this is the link to your program. In this case, my program is set to public, which by default is the case, but you can also go to settings and flag your program as private, which means that these links will not be available and you can only enroll either via the admin portal or via the API. So we do offer that privacy functionality. Let's say if you have a membership program, you might not want people to sign up publicly because you might want to take payment first on your website and then create a member record with an API call, for example. So that's also there. And then something very exciting that we've worked hard on, and this came from a lot of client demand, where people were essentially saying, hey, we don't want to create like 100,000 coupon records with you guys if we don't know if people are really going to click the links. So what we've done here is we built, and without getting too technical, we built logic where you can pre-generate as many links as you want. And these links can contain the data that you want on the card when somebody visits that link. We've added some additional security and functionality to ensure data integrity and to ensure that people can't tamper with these links. But ultimately what it means is you can pre-generate 10 million links with unique coupon codes. And only when somebody clicks that link that you I don't know, you might want to distribute it by email, SMS, or you put it like unique links in a newspaper. Only when somebody clicks or visits that link, scans that QR code, that is when the pass record gets created by PassKit. So it's a very efficient, economical way for you to distribute passes and only pay for the actual cards that are being generated. Then coupons. So this essentially, I can see that a lot of you guys actually scan the preview code. So this is where you go to kind of manage your cards. So there's no data that we collect here, so it's a very empty overview. But as you can imagine with a membership program, this is much more rich and much more data in here. Through here, I can also just add coupons through the admin interface. If you just want to create coupons for some special people or do some testing, you can do that through here. Editing goes through here. So if you want to redeem the coupon through the admin interface, you want to make some updates, or you want to see, for example, where this card was installed, all that data is available here. Now, on top of this data is also available through the API. So let me jump into the next bit, which is integrations. So What we've done for this platform is we've started adding integrations with our channel partners and with other companies that we have relationships with. Also, we've listened to the kind of systems that you guys are using. So we're kind of working on integrations that you guys want to see. And these are very easy for us to add. The way we've designed a new platform is very modular. So for us to kind of add a new integration to a new platform is a matter of weeks if we define it well. So if you have an idea for an integration that you don't see here, log in, request it, and we can take a look at it. And ultimately, when the integration is in here, it's as simple as just providing your credentials, clicking which events you want to subscribe to, and you're good to go, and it's all hooked up. Now, if you then want to if there's an integration on here that you don't see yet, you can also use our webhooks. So this is basically, if you just post data to an URL that you provide, you tell us when you want us to post the data. So you can set everything up via here, but if you want to have some reporting on the side or you want to be notified when someone signs up via our landing pages, you can do so. And ultimately, we have APIs available. So if you want to integrate from your system into ours, consumer APIs, they're dedicated APIs for members and loyalty and for coupons. So they're not in a pass language, they're in a business language, so to say. So we speak the language of coupons. So you create a coupon, you redeem a coupon, you earn points, etc. So it's not updating passes, it's much more simple and much more in line with the language that you're used to. On top of this, we've added a lot of SDKs, and we've also enriched our developer experience by providing both gRPC and REST protocols for you guys to consume, so you can pick whatever fits with you guys or use our official APIs. So I think that kind of...
Patrick, I have a very quick question that's come in from Brad. Is there a WordPress integration available?
Not at the moment, but it's not. We are talking about it. For now, what you can do is you could use the PHP SDK and look at it, but we will be looking to add something in WordPress. If it's just a matter of if you want a web form in your WordPress app, so similar to how we've done here for Wix and Squarespace, you can just generate these web forms that you paste into your WordPress HTML. I believe that there's modules that allow you to do that from back in my WordPress days, like 8 years ago. But you can put embedded forms today into your WordPress application. In terms of like updating and stuff, let's say if you use a member module in WordPress, that's currently not there, but it's something that we are exploring.
Cool. It looks like we've got quite a few people saying, please add a WordPress integration there.
Right.
And I know I can see a couple of others that are coming in, and it's so cool to see that. Indeed, if you really log into this, send us the idea for integration. Patrick and the product engineering team are just blowing me away with how quick they're able to turn these things around. Obviously, there are some integrations that are far more difficult, and it depends on what specifically we are integrating to. So for things like if you want to take a payment to then enable someone to join a membership program, there's a couple of things that we would need to consider for that. The more bespoke, very unique type of applications, you're always going to achieve more using the API and building your own applications. But there's a lot that we can do with these integrations. So please keep them coming. This is a great innovation for us, a great platform to build on. We'd be delighted to hear from you on that.
Cool. And then I think I'm coming to an end here, and also looking at the time, I do want to save some time for questions. I'm going to leave it on the billing because we always do get pricing questions. What we did do different with this platform, and for the ones that use Cherry Pie, with the billing was quite a manual and not an amazing process. For this one here, we fully automated it. You can go live today, put your credit card in, pay as you go, cancel anytime. You're billed at the end of your 30-day billing period, so your 1 month billing period for the volume that you have used. So you only pay for exactly the amount that you use. There is a starter fee that Paul can talk about, but from there on, it's just you consume for the amount of members you have, you consume for the amount of coupons that you issue. So I'm just going to hand this back to Paul. He's a bit better at explaining numbers than I am.
I'm not sure about that.
Thanks for your time for your question integration. It's very exciting to really see the engagement around what integrations you guys want to see. So,
excellent stuff. Well, if you leave it on that screen, Patrick, is probably the easiest, and I might ask you to just change a couple of things in there. But as Patrick said, one of the things that we want to do is make, one of our missions is to make it the easiest, quickest, and most affordable way for any business of any size to integrate Apple Wallet and Google Pay passes into their business. A lot of businesses charge a significant fee to just get started. Our prior pricing, while very affordable, would jump when you hit certain brackets. So what we've done here is because we've implemented some sophisticated counting, real-time counting, that we count your records as they happen. We're able to basically charge cents, and as you get up the numbers, microcents in terms of the number of passes. So to make sure that we really we can support all of the different businesses, the minimum subscription would be $49.50, and that allows you for up to 500 membership passes. So if you just have one membership pass, you're still going to be paying $49.50. We actually allow up to 10, and it's free just to try it. But if you had up to 500, you're going to be paying $49.50, and that includes bronze support, so we can provide you the amount of support online. Now, let's say you go to 501. You pay $49.56. Let's say you go to 502. You go to $49.61. So you're not jumping from $49.50 to 80 to 120 like many other businesses would be with different pricing tiers. You really are paying as you grow. And it's a term I'm trying to throw around there. It's not just pay as you go, it's pay as you grow. Let's put in there, let's say 10,000 passes, Patrick, or maybe 10,500. So for 10,000 members, $381 per month. It actually works out to be less than 4 cents per member per month. So incredible value. And indeed, the higher you go up the number of members, the lower the price of that membership goes down. So we've really built in some high efficiencies as you go further. You can see there as you get into the 100,000 marks, average cost per member per month is less than 2 cents, 1.6 cents. So that's the loyalty and membership cards. And because those, what we call a long life record, so you're wanting to engage with those members, you want to keep those cards inside the wallet. And indeed, we're maintaining that record so that you can update it whenever you need to, so you can engage with your customers at any time. We call those long life cards, and there's a certain price point for those. Now, for coupons, what we've learned over the last 8 years is the model typically for coupons is a one-off purchase for a coupon, the same way that you'd go to a printer and say, I want to print 1,000 coupons, and then I throw them out there. I'm going to pay one time for coupons. So for our coupon protocol, rather than charge a recurring fee each month, our fee is for one time dependent on the number of coupons you issue in the month. So if you issue 0 coupons, 0. If you issue, and the initial fee for coupons is $145, so up to 500 coupons in a month would cost you $145. But let's do 501 coupons, Patrick. 145, 14 cents. Let's do 502. Okay, so you can kind of see that you really are only paying for the coupons you've issued in that month. And then the next month, if you go to 0, you pay 0. Let's say the next month you do 10,000 coupons. You can see here, 10,000 coupons, a one-time fee of $974.61, chargeable at the end of your billing cycle, your monthly billing cycle. So if you had 100, in this situation, you could see 100,000 members, and to those members or to other people, you've issued 10,502 coupons. Your projected monthly total at the end of your monthly invoice will be $2,629.30. Now, equally, unlike many other businesses, there's no minimum term commitment. You do not need to sign up for a PassKit account to take advantage of these incredible efficiencies. You don't need to sign up for a year. You don't need to sign up for 2 years. If you get to the end of the month, say, it's not really working out for me, once you've settled your final invoice, you can terminate your contract with no commitment, with no clauses. So to enable this, as Patrick said, all you need to do to move from your test flight into premium PassKit is uploading your Apple certificate and putting in a credit card or some payment technique. For the enterprises that are on this plan, we do support non-credit card payments, so automated payments through ACH. and through invoicing schedules back into enterprise vendor management systems that's slightly outside of this. But for people that want to get going today, it really is as simple as clicking a button and playing with these calculators, and we will automatically calculate your bill dependent on the exact number of passes, whether that's loyalty passes, membership cards, the long life passes, or what we call single-use coupons. I'm just going to check if there's any questions that that have come in since I've been speaking. There we go. So I'm just aware of time. Any price breaks for not profits? There isn't any price breaks for non-profits. Of course, we love to support any business as possible. Our cost base and our supply base, we've really tried to make sure that we pass on efficiencies to all of the businesses and can support any business of any size and of any entity type. So that we don't necessarily offer any price breaks. But I think you'll find that it's incredible value that we've been able to achieve with this latest platform. What is the difference between, great question, what is the difference between Loopy Loyalty and Cherry Pie? So Loopy Loyalty is a product that is built using the PassKit API. It is specifically for digital stamp cards. So digital punch cards, maybe you call them punch cards in the US. Some people will call them stamp cards across different places. They are only for digital loyalty cards. And we've provided that for predominantly small businesses with no technology, no developer capability. So there isn't a developer kit. There is an API available for Loopy Loyalty, but it's not a maintained one. There's no SDKs on GitHub for that. It's purely a simple point and click tool to use to allow small businesses to move away from paper stamp cards or paper punch cards. Cherry Pie, it was developed in 2015. That was before the days of Google Pay. It was predominantly put together to support the needs and to further evolve what we had as a pass designer, which PassKit first released to the market in 2012. It certainly served its purpose well. We won't be continuing to evolve or invest further in product development of Cherry Pie. If you are using that, I would encourage you to switch over or take a look at the app.passkit.com. We will continue to support Cherry Pie for at least for this year, but where possible, I'd start looking at app.passkit.com now, and I'm going to look to Patrick. We do hope that we can offer advice on how to convert and migrate across from Cherry Pie to this latest platform. You'll find that there's greater efficiencies in terms of pricing. There's certainly more flexibility of what you can do with the new PassKit platform. We've learned a great deal from working with our clients with Cherry Pie. So we're delighted to unveil this new platform. We do appreciate that change does take a bit of time, and for people that are used to Cherry Pie, we're here to help you make that transition. Any other questions? I see Jeff Kamali saying payment gateways. Is there anything else you could elaborate on payment gateways, Jeffrey? Maybe we'll come back to that one. So what is the price? Kendall asked, what is the price of PassKit Premium? Well, hopefully going through this, you can see what the pricing are. If you haven't got an account yet, this is the place to play. But also, if you go to passkit.com/pricing, or just passkit.com and click on the pricing header, Patrick can show kindly for me. You also do have the ability to play with a simple calculator. So you can enter here, how many members do you have, how many coupons, and it will give you very similar to what you can see within the PassKit application. So I've got a question from Jad Youssef, and apologies if I haven't pronounced your surname correctly. 500 coupons for 145. Does it mean all coupons need to be redeemed in this one month, or can it be redeemed the following month? Or is the fee for 500 coupons to be saved in 1 month but could be redeemed even at a later date? That's a great question. What it means is issued passes, and all of those coupons are able to be as long, they can last as long as 90 days. So you pay one time for the number of coupons you issue in a month, but they could be used the next month or indeed even the following month. So, for example, you could issue 500 coupons in June and pay 145 for those 500 coupons. July, you don't issue any. August, you don't issue any. You pay 0 in July, you pay 0 in August, but people can still have those coupons and use those coupons in July and August. So more of a model similar to paying and distributing paper coupons. You pay one time for the issuance of those coupons as opposed to paying for it upon redemption. Now, we can facilitate pay for redeem, but that's not within this software as a service platform, because again, it depends on the value of that coupon. But if you're an enterprise that wants to pay for redemption, then we can discuss with our enterprise solutions that type of model as well. If not mentioned earlier, is the app feature available on the back of the Google Android format or coming soon? I'm going to turn over to Patrick. So I know we've got the app. We can advertise the app easily on the back of the Apple Pass. The Google capability is slightly different, but do you want to fill in on that gap? So yeah, I'll take a breath at the moment.
I'm still, yeah. I'm not on mute, am I?
No.
Nope. No, so we can as well enable it for Google. It's currently not in the GUI, but we have it available in the backend. So yes, that is available. But it's something that we look to. We'll probably add it into the GUI in the next couple of weeks.
Fabulous stuff. Well, I'll just give a couple of minutes. We're actually, so given how quick Patrick was able to demonstrate that, we're even ahead of time. That's phenomenal. Well done, Patrick. Thank you.
And membership as well. You told me 10 minutes. You set the challenge.
I did indeed. We got one here. Hello. Besides the credit card, are there other payment methods available? For certain cases, there will be, but obviously to ensure that we can deliver the efficiencies of collection, the preferred route is credit card. For enterprise accounts and certainly the larger subscriptions, as I mentioned, we can do automated payments, and where we need to integrate into enterprise systems like vendor management systems, then that is possible. It really does depend on the amount of the subscription value. To ensure that we can deliver efficiencies to smaller sized businesses, then credit card is the preferred mechanism, and the one that's automated within the portal. A question here from Dimitri. Is it possible to send passes on behalf of my domain? I mean white labeling. Patrick, do you want to take that question in terms of issuing, given that we've got the pub links that are used typically, is it possible for someone to use their domain to issue a pass?
You can certainly use your domain for a form or a landing page. So if somebody fills out a form on your website, you then issue the pass and you can redirect them to our page. But ultimately, the landing page that you saw that does the detection of the device, so ultimately the unique pass URL for each user that you land on, that's not a white labelable URL. That's a proprietary piece of software that we built for the detection of devices and that. But the piece before that, just collecting the data, that could be your own URL.
Okay. And one more question for you, Patrick, from Nicholas. Is it possible to pass a user ID at the same time we pass the UTM source and track what happened with each user ID and issued coupon with the API?
Absolutely. So we support 5 UTM parameters. We support UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign, and there's two other ones which I don't know at the top of my head, but you could repurpose one of those to pass a user ID.
Excellent. Thanks, Patrick. Hopefully that answered your question, Nicholas.
Developer documentation. So if you go into here, then it should be in here somewhere, but I don't know off the top of my head. We support 5 UTM parameters. So you could use one for the source, I think source, medium, campaign. I can't think of the 2 other ones, but use one of the other ones for your user ID. It works perfectly well. So you can track up to 5 pieces of data there.
And we'll try to come back to you specifically with that method as well at the end of this.
I don't want to go searching through it now, so I'll send you a link afterwards with the details.
We've got one question from Trevor, which is maybe more of a generic question about the wallet capabilities. Can multiple people save the same pass to different wallets? For example, if we have a family member pass, can all members of a family save it to their unique wallets? Do you want
to take that?
Yeah, sure. I guess in simple terms, yes. So there is nothing stopping someone share. So within Apple Wallet, there is the share functionality. Someone can send a pass to anyone that they want. That sharing functionality can be disabled, but equally, you should be always aware that there's nothing stopping someone sharing a link to a pass to someone or installing it into their wallet. We have in the past had a hacky way of stopping someone putting another pass into their wallet, but it isn't well supported by Apple Wallet. So if you were to share an Apple Wallet pass with family members, that can be stored in an Apple Wallet. Now, Patrick, you may have to make sure I'm absolutely correct with this. For Google Pay passes, the Google Pay pass is linked to someone's Google account. So it isn't the same. It isn't the same process as you'd use with Apple Wallet. That it would need to be in a Google Pay, a Google or Gmail account's wallet.
Yeah. So for Google Pay, by default, sharing is disabled on loyalty cards. I'd need to double check. If I believe you can set it up. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to double check that. But we can follow up on that. At least for Apple, you can put it in as many devices as you want. For Google, it's tied to the Google account. And then to kind of flip that question around, because your question is about sharing a family card with more people, but what if you have a membership card and you want to prevent that from being shared? That's something that we can't guarantee. Okay, with Google, it's tied to the Google account, so Google takes care of most of that. But for Apple, we can't guarantee it's not installed on multiple devices. And then the other end, something to always take into consideration, and it's not like going digital does not suddenly solve these problems. Like, if it's very important to your business process that if somebody redeems a reward and the person in front of you is the person entitled to that reward, then add an extra layer of authentication. Like, same as I can't go into an airport with a boarding pass that doesn't have my name on it because they check it against my passport. So if there is significant value in the reward or the point or whatever you're redeeming, then what most of our enterprise clients do is they put an extra level of authentication in place there at that moment of redemption or checkout to kind of verify that the person standing in front of them is really that person. So that's kind of to prevent sharing. So it's not like digital suddenly removes that burden, so to say.
And I guess there was a follow-up from Jad saying, if the pass is shared from Apple Wallet to my sister, for example, will the info about my sister who received it be tracked as well? It's not actually tracking the person, it will be tracking the use of that card. So if it's exactly the same card in a different device and it's scanned, let's say, to collect points, the information is around that card, not whether it's the sister or not. We don't know. PassKit doesn't know whether it's the same person or otherwise. We just know that it's a pass with the same code inside that barcode or the same payload within the NFC. Sorry, Patrick, do you want to?
Just to add to that, so let's say the exact same membership card is installed in 10 devices and I have it in my device. If I go shopping and I collect 500 points and my card is updating with 500 points, then those other 9 cards will also update as well with that same data. So they're just references to exactly the same record in our system, and they will all update.
Great, thanks, Patrick. I'm just wary of time. I'm going to see if there's a couple others that we can take. So I've got a question. Are there more features now for managing membership card programs? Certainly, just within the interest of time, Patrick showed coupons. I'd really encourage you to take a look at the membership card and the loyalty program features within app.passkit.com. So not only can you create coupons, you've got loyalty cards, membership cards. Again, these will the wizard will generate best practice styling, allow you to determine your number of tiers, allow you to create different styles for those tiers, integration to your existing membership systems. One thing to note though on membership is, the PassKit is there to allow you to create and manage Apple Wallet and Google Pay passes as easily as possible. We won't be able to ever compete with membership systems, But the best thing to think of is the integration of passes into those membership systems. So if you're using, let's say, a typical one like a Salesforce or a HubSpot or a Marketo, it's very easy now to integrate to those membership systems or custom CRM solutions. So that's probably the easiest way, but I would encourage you to play with the membership card feature and the loyalty card feature just to see the new things that we've added into that as well. If need be, we'll do a follow-up webinar, or we'll maybe do loyalty cards and membership cards if this has been a success.
So PassKit is not a CRM, but what we do offer, and the similar functionality that you see if coupons exist for membership and loyalty cards, we do offer CRUD functionality, and CRUD stands for create, read, update, and delete. So through the interface here, you can add new coupons and members, you can edit coupons and members, you can view coupons and members, you can delete them. So it is available through the interface here, but it's not a fully fledged CRM system where you have your account history and you track how many times it's been communicated and stuff. But if you want a very basic member management, then you can do it in here.
Excellent. Well, in the interest of time, I'm just going to finish off with 2 questions. And thank you so much for your questions. This has been fantastic. One question from Brad: will Loopy Loyalty be phased out? No, we're not planning on phasing out Loopy Loyalty. It is a standalone product dedicated for digital loyalty cards for typically small to medium-sized businesses, although we do have a number of enterprises using that. Would you suggest going with PassKit if you're a developer creating pass for clients as an agency? Probably if you're building your overall application, PassKit is the platform for you as an agency, unless you wanted to necessarily use Loopy Loyalty and the affiliate program that is available with Loopy. Loopy is more of a standalone digital stamp card product for non-developers. PassKit provides a whole suite of services. As I mentioned, the kit is 3 things: the graphical user interface, the API and developer kit SDKs, and the integrations that we provide as standard. And the very last question, please don't forget to email. This was very informative, and keep up the great work. Well, thank you so much for the feedback. We videoed this presentation. I'm just checking that everything did video and the microphones worked, because we always have that problem at the end of the day. So we will record this and send it to you all. Thank you so much for your support. Without your encouragement, without your support, without your feedback, this wouldn't have happened. So again, I personally want to call out Patrick and the rest of the PassKit team who have worked tirelessly, in some cases 24 hours a day, to get it to where we want to. We know we've still got a long way to go, and we thrive on the challenges that you throw to us. So thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Take care. Thanks very much.
Bye.